All right, if you're just tuning in, welcome. I'm Dakota. You should know that. Well, you're on my live stream, so. But welcome to today's Workout Wednesday class. We're going to be doing a conditioning for aerial class, or conditioning for pole and aerial, I should say. Mostly a body weight workout. This is a fantastic way to cross train for everything that you do in pole and aerial. And even if you don't do pole and aerial, you can do all these things, and it's an amazing way to still strengthen your body and make sure we're working everything. It's going to be a total body workout today, mostly body weight. You can have some tools on hand, a yoga block. If you don't have a yoga block, grab a hardback book. Yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, a rolled up towel. And then maybe like a hand weight, 2 to 5 pounds. If you don't have that, grab like a metal bottle of water, just a regular bottle of water. Something that just has a little bit of heaviness to it, but doesn't need anything crazy or extreme. Other than that, you can have some water nearby. Today's workout is going to be fun and interesting. We're going to be going through a series of exercises from top to bottom. We'll kind of alternate between exercise for a period of time and then exercises for reps, okay? We'll have short periods of rest in between. We'll take a slightly longer rest right in the middle of the workout. Just give our time a little body to recover. Give our body a little time to recover. So my words are not working today, y'all. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and get warmed up. So we're going to start with those feet really, really wide. Toes turned out slightly. Tuck the butt under. Squeeze, stay nice and tall. Big inhale, reach those fingers up to the sky. Big exhale, big stretch and reach. Inhale, squeeze everything up. Exhale, extend energy through the fingers. Inhale. This time as we go down, give me a nice deep plie squat. That means those toes are turned out. A little pulse at the bottom as you come back up. Inhale one way and exhale the other. Good. Little squeeze, a little stand. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed over your feet. Think of your feet like little tripods. And make sure the heels stay firmly on the ground, as well as the balls of your feet. Good. Now, next time we come up, I want you to take it over to one side, big side bend. Bring it down through the center, up to the other side. Down through the center and up. Good. And down, little pulse. Over. Excellent. Breathing through. Good. Maybe one more time each side. And other side. Excellent. All right, so adjust my thing here. Okay. So we're going to move into a cross behind little side squat, and then we're going to reach towards the back toe, making this a nice up and down movement. Bring it up. Step to the other side. A little reach. Alternating sides here. This will get the heart rate going just a little bit more. Not anything too crazy. So it's not quite a curtsy lunge. I want you to think of this as like a cross behind squat. Excellent. One more time each side. Good. Last one. Excellent. Now, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Soft knees. Round your spine in front like you're hugging a big ball. You're tucking the butt forward. And then open the front of the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades down like you want to touch your elbows to the back of your ribs. Round and front. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Open. You can breathe however it feels most comfortable to you. I like to find a pattern with my breath personally. Exhale forward. And inhale to reset. Good. Almost there. 2 more. Getting that spine moving. Excellent. Now from here, fingers to the shoulders. Draw big circles with the shoulders. So you got your little chicken wings going around in every direction. Ooh, excellent. And other direction. Now don't forget, if you can't stay for the whole live stream today, these classes are archived on my Instagram TV in a playlist, as well as my YouTube channel in a playlist. Check those out. Hands to the side, flick the fingers open. Kind of like you're trying to push water off of them. Big open fingers. Good. Now keep aligning the spine, aligning your posture, center the ribs in, belly button back, soften the knees, pelvis going forward. Good. Now make big fists with your hands. Take the arms all the way out and draw really big wrist circles. Take these slopes. I want you to overemphasize each direction that you move the wrist in. Take those in the other direction, rolling them forward. Good. And shake those out. All right, so our next movement, we're gonna get a little explosive with this. We're gonna bring back our squat, so feet about shoulder width apart. You're gonna come down into your squat, lift one knee. Come down, lift the other knee. So you're pushing through that single leg as you also drive the knee up like you want to hit your hand. Good, and if this is feeling okay, you can take this into a calf raise to make it a little bit more plyometric, like without having any hard impact. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, shake those out. Okay, so open your leg to the side and open it to center. So just kind of drawing a rainbow with your knee. Stay pushing tall through the base leg. You sink into the leg as we start losing your balance. One more. Good. Switch legs. Opening the hips. Forward and back. Breathing. Ooh. Nice work. Fantastic. One more. Great. Okay. So give yourself some space in front of you. We're going to soften down into a squat type position. Keep your gaze slightly forward. Bring your palms to the ground. Trying to keep the back long. So we want to avoid that right here. So think of sticking your tailbone behind you a little bit. Palms go to the ground. Shift your weight forward. Walk yourself all the way to a plank. Hold the strong plank. Drop the knees if you need to. And then walk it back. Hands to the thighs. Find that spot with your gaze. Walk it forward. And walk it back. We're going to do a few of these here. About 30 seconds. When you're in that plank position, think of pushing the floor away with the palms and pulling the shoulders down the back away from your ears. The belly button stays lifted, and you can think of tucking the pelvis into the belly button. It's kind of your thing for a strong engaged core. Next time we go to that plank, hold it. You're going to lift the tailbone, pushing back towards the heels in a pike position and pedal the feet. While you're here, you're pushing strong through the index fingers. You're driving the shoulders to the ears. And you're looking at your toes. So you're creating that nice long spine. Fantastic. Now, hold this position, drive it back, back, back. Shift forward into your plank, left knee into the center, bring it back. Nice and slow, shift forward, right knee into center. So we're trying to keep the hips low, trying to keep that nice strong hike to plank. Whew. Lifting up the core just a little bit more. More. Good, hold that tight. Press, 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 nice and strong. Lift your heels. Turn your heels to the left. Place both heels towards the ground. You're going to bend the left leg, squeeze the thighs together, and push your hips over to the left. Now look towards your right heel, so you're creating a little twist through the torso, and bring that back to the center. Turn the heels over to the right. Bend the right leg. Squeeze the thighs together and look towards your right heel this time. Bring it in and come back onto the knees. A little child's pose position. Now, from here, we're going to keep the chest lifted so your core is holding you up. Come onto your fingertips with the arms and keep your gaze down so your neck stays in line with the rest of your spine. Working with the left arm first, I want you to lift the left hand off the ground and go thumbs up. Reach that finger in front of you like someone is pulling that hand away. Keep pulling through the fingers, but then drive the shoulder away from the ear. Little pulses up with that thumb, up and down, up and down. Now keep staying strong with that right arm. Breathe. If you need to modify this, you can bring your right forearm to the ground. That is fine. 2 and 1. Excellent. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. Readjust. Brace the core. Right hand lift. Thumb up. Reach through the fingers. Keep reaching through the fingers. Drive the shoulder back. And pulse up and down. Nice and controlled. Nice and easy. Breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Excellent. Now we're going to stay in this position, but go ahead and come down to the forearms. Keeping the spine long and the knees hip width apart, we're going to take our left arm and brace with the right arm. Now really important here, make sure you're pushing away when you're staying stacked over. We're not sagging into here. Now this left arm is going to scoop underneath the right armpit as far as it'll go. And then you're going to think about grabbing something from the wall, pulling that little handle up and over, reaching that arm up to the sky. Reach underneath, and then pull it back. So we have a big thoracic rotation here. Now we want to make sure that we don't start sagging the chest and duck buddy. That's going to be very uncomfortable. And it's not a good place for our torso to be in. We want to keep it strong. Good, one more. Excellent. Let's do that on the other side. So stack it on that left forearm. Right arm reaches underneath. And reach it up. Underneath. And up. Big reach, reach, reach. A little bit further if you can. Up. Ribs are in. Tailbone is reaching behind you. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Breathe. Fantastic. All right. Now, from here, we're going to go back. You can start in a kneeling plank, okay? Or you can come to high plank. And we're going to alternate a runner's lunge. So runner's lunge, side rotation up again, back to plank, back to runner's lunge. So you're rotating towards the front leg. Again, finding another torso rotation, but we're also getting that hip flexor involved here. And if you need to, keep the knee on the ground. That is fine too. Nothing wrong with that. I want you to move where your body is going to let you move today. You don't have to move as fast as me. Or you don't have to move as slow as me. As long as the movements are controlled and with intention. Good. And bring it back. Sit it back. Excellent. Right. Last little guy here. You're going to kneel. Keep the knees, again, about shoulder width apart. Tuck the butt, drop the tailbone. Bring your hands right to the small of your back. Fingers down, thumbs open, right? Shoulders go down and back. Think about squeezing the elbows together. Keep your spine long. Squeeze and lift the butt. Push those hips in front of you. And then come down, full hinge. Bring it all up. Push the hips in front. And bring it down to hinge. Good. Ooh. So we're keeping the core really engaged. This top part of your hinge is not a back arch, right? That tailbone's long, you're squeezing. It's opening the front of our body, opening the hip flexors. The shoulders will go back just as a result of the hips going forward. Good. Last one. And sit down. Interlace the fingers in front. Press the palms away. Shoulders back. Reach those hands up to the ceiling. Good. Open the arms to the sides. You're going to reach the arms behind you. Just going to keep turning. Lengthen the knuckles. Lift the pinkies. If you're unable to grab your hands here, you can just give yourself that visual of doing it like you're squeezing a ball. Good. Release the hands, palms in front. Open the shoulder blades, push away. Open all the way up, pushing up. Arms to the side. Flip it behind you. Lengthen the knuckles. Lift the pinkies. 2 more times in front. Press away. Press it up. Reach, reach, reach. Open to the sides. Bring it behind you. Lengthen and lift. And 1 more time. Bring it in front. Push away. Open. Out to the sides. Behind you. And lift. Excellent, guys. All right, shake all that out. Hopefully you're a little warm. I'm trying to kill you today. So we're gonna get into our workout. Sip your water if you need it. All right, so we're gonna be going through again reps or time periods. So just listen to my cues. Now for the time periods, those sets of work, you're gonna go at your own pace. I want you to challenge yourself, but it's a set time period, so I'll tell you when to start or stop. When we go through rep-based movements, I'm just gonna go through my pace. I'm not gonna go super crazy today. So you can go a little faster than me, and you can also go slower or even don't complete all the reps. That's fine. I'm just gonna continue moving forward just to keep class on pace. So if you fall behind, you could like write down the number of reps you did not do, and you can finish that after class is over. Yeah? Or you can save it for next time. So we're gonna start with 50 reps of bicycle crunches. So your bicycle crunch, you can start from a dead bug type position, keeping the spine long. We're gonna have strong, energetic legs, and the shoulders are lifted off the ground. If you need to modify, you can go to bent knees instead, right here. Now the big thing about the bicycle crunch is we want that torso rotation. When you do the full bicycle crunch, I want your straight leg to have a purpose, and you're really trying to look out of the corner of your eye, so you're bringing opposite elbow to opposite knee. That's not a bicycle crunch, okay? So we're gonna do 50. Each side is 1 rep, okay? So it'll be 25, left leg, 25, right leg. Whenever you're ready, here we go. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25. And we have 25 left. 25, 23, 21, 19, 17, 15, 13, 11. You're doing great. 9, 7, 5, 3, 2, and done. Good work, guys. All right, so now we're going to take it up to standing. We're going to do a pendulum lunge next. Now, pendulum lunge is when you base on one leg. So in this case, my left leg is going to stay where it is. It's not going to move. My right leg is going to step forward, big step forward, toes and knees pointing forward, sitting straight down. We're on our railroad tracks. Then I'm going to push back, floating back. You can tap your foot here. Same legs can take that big step back and find your lunge there. Yeah? So that is 1 rep, but we're going to do this for 30 seconds total. Right leg moving only this time. Again, you can tap in the center, reset before it goes to the next one, or you can float it through the center for the extra challenge. So we're going to start in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Right leg moving. We're keeping ourselves tall and strong. You can go as fast as you want to. We want to make sure that the front knee doesn't go past the front toe. All right, so you're really sitting down in the back leg, getting as low as you can, but no need to slam your back leg on the ground. Keep it strong. Good. 5 more seconds. And we are done with those. Good work. Woo. Okay, so our next one, we're coming back down to the ground. Look at the left leg. Don't worry. We're going to be doing 20 reps of bear to plank. Now, bear to plank can start from your tabletop. All right. Now, if this is going to be your modification, the knees stay on the ground. You're really pushing and grabbing the floor. You're going to step your hands forward to plank, and then you'll step your hands back to your modified bear. Okay. The full version, knees are floating off the ground, legs step back, and then legs step back in. All right. So bear, shoulders over wrist, knees are right under the hips, spine is long. So take your modifications, take your progressions, and take rests if you need them. I'm going to go through 20, and I want you to think about holding just a little bit before you move to the next. All right, so we're lifting up, I'm going to step back to plank, and I'm coming back to bear. That's 1. Stepping back. That's 2. Back. That's 3. Good. Now really think of pulling the ribs in. Keep pulling your weight forward so you don't start pushing back, okay? Keep the knees off the ground. Keep the butt nice and even with the shoulders. Excellent. Nice work, guys. All right, I think I'm at 10, so 10 more. That's halfway. 9, 8, keep breathing. Take the rest if you need to, but you can get through it. 6, almost there. We can do 5 of anything. Woo! Excellent, come on. 3 more, 3. Bring it in, 2, bring it in, and 1. Bring it in, rest. Good job, my friends. All right, little breather as we stand up. Now we're gonna have 30 seconds of pendulum lunge again. This time, the left leg is moving. The right leg is going to stay planted. Keep tall, no forward pinching, no knees past the toes. Yes? All right, so we're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Take it down, float it back, or step it back. You're gonna go at your own pace here. All right, establish the feet before you lower the weight. If lunges are still a little tricky for you, don't feel like you have to go down right away. This has an added core balance challenge in here. And you might notice one side works a little better than the other. We all have weird imbalances in our body. And we are done. Good work. Shake those out. All right, so we're gonna go back to a rep-based exercise, 10 reps. Our 10 reps are gonna be a plank shooter and a push-up. So, the full plank shooter, we're gonna start from a loaded child's pose position. So keep the feet and knees about shoulder width apart. We're gonna push up like we're doing a bear, and then sink the butt back. Now your visual reference today is that there's a ceiling right over here, and you can't go higher than you were in your bear. So when you do the plank shooter, you're really gonna feel it in the quads. We're shooting straight forward at a slight angle, so we go into that strong plank position. When we get to plank, we add a push-up. So this is what it looks like. If you're not familiar with it, arms way in front of you, we're loaded back, drive forward, we catch it, and then you'll add your push-up. Now, modifications, keep the knees on the ground. You're gonna push forward, find a kneeling plank, and you can do your push-up from there, right? Or you can kind of mix and match. You could do loaded child pose to high plank, drop the knees for your push-up. Really work at your level today. So we have 10 reps of these. I'm ready. I don't know about you guys. Let's get these over with. Woo, here we go. Pushing forward, 1, set it back. Push forward, 2, set it back. Forward, 3, good. Now make sure you're holding that plank in the push-ups. Your body's moving as one whole unit. Try not to let the belly button sag. Keep tucking the pelvis under. Good. For 4. Almost there. 3, 2. Last one. Let's finish strong. Nice work, guys. Sit it down. Shake it off. Woo. Okay, so next movement. I'm like dehydrated today. V-sit to hollow body or to a high bulk pose. So this is what it'll look like. V-sit, we can come all the way down to hollow body, long spine, pull yourself up. Now the key with these, it's not a fast movement. Just like when we did the bear to plank, you hold, then go to the next. We're not going to rely on momentum to get us between the two positions. It's all core, right? Now that modification, you can even have the toes on the ground, extend back, high boat pose, pull it up tall. Here, you can extend the legs and pull it in. A lot of ways you can modify and work at your own level, or you could just do a little half crunch. Work where you need to. There's a theme, right? Okay. I'm stalling, so I'm waiting for this to get to where I want. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds of V-sit to hollow body. So it's down, hold, up, hold, down, hold, up, hold. Breathing through, getting high over the pelvis. So we're not relying on the hip flexors to do the work for us. Hold, up, hold, up, we're almost there, down, up. Let's do one more. And up. Good job. That's not bad, right? Shake it out, stretch it out if you need to. Okay, so we are going to go into a side lunge walk next. So really your work, adductors, quads, and glutes. And we're also going to work the mobility in your ankles. This is really important. This is key for me. So when we go into a side lunge, our feet are really wide. Toes and knees are going to point forward the whole time. When we shift the weight into one leg, we want to make sure the heel stays on the ground. You don't want to see that. I'm watching. Okay? You're going to sit low, but try not to hinge forward because then you're cheating and your butt is in the air. Okay? So we have 20 reps of these. We're going to start simple with a down, up, down. So we're not coming fully to standing, okay? But here. And then if you want to, I'll give you your progression. But we're going to do 20 reps back and forth. I know, guys. Y'all ready? Here we go. Down, lift, sit low. Take these slow. Good. That's 2. Heels on the ground. See how low you can go before you start to lose mobility in the ankles. Excellent. That's 5. Now if you want to make these harder, don't pulse up. I want you just to shift the weight. Keep the butt low. Good work. Woo! Doing good, guys. Here's 9. We're halfway. Take a rest if you need it. If you want to make it harder, pull and then flex the bottom foot. Straight leg foot. Yeah, these are real fun. Woo! Strong legs, strong core. Keep this lifted in. Excellent. 5 more. 5. Good. That's 4. Almost there. 3. 2. Last one. Excellent. Hands to the ground. Soften the knees. Shake things out. Relax the low back. Nice work, guys. Okay. So, what do we have next? Pike push-ups. Love these. All right, so pike push-ups. You're going to be working all of your loading muscles that we really use when we want to lift and when you want to push. Okay. Shoulders tend to be one of the areas that is more susceptible to injury than pole dancing and your acrobatics, because we often have a hard time connecting our brain to how all the muscles work around the shoulder, and we end up relying on the bones of our body to kind of support us through movement, which is a no-no. Couple ways you can do this. The full version comes from a full pike position. Hands a little bit wider than the shoulders. The goal is to stay with the angle you've created. You're going to keep your gaze on your toes, and it's like you're trying to tap your head just in front of your hands right in the middle. So slide down, push back to full extension. Now, modification, you can find something to support you a little bit. You can use a chair, end of your bed. If you have a box like this, awesome. You're going to come forward. So now you're in a half pike position. Still going to follow all the same things. And you can kind of let the toes go with you and push back. And this way, you're not having the full load to work with, but you're still working the engagement and the movements that I want you to. All right, so 30 seconds of pike push-ups. We're going to start in 5 seconds. 2 and 1. Here we go. Slide it down, push back. slow and controlled. I want you to find a full range of motion here. Even if your range of motion is really small, you're gonna hold the end range of motion, push back and hold. Again, no momentum here. Excellent, guys. We're almost there. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Very nice. I love those. These are always good. All right. Now, you're going to need your block, your book, your strap. Any of these will work. All right. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Overhead squats. Now, the good challenge about the overhead squat is it's really going to work our core in the squat because our arms are going to be extended overhead with that big push-hold, okay? So you might see folks in a gym doing this with a weighted barbell, okay? You don't have to use a ton of weight for this still to be effective, right? The goal is to sit down and back as much as you can before this happens or that happens. Your squat may not be as deep, and that's okay. Now, if you're not using a block or a book and you're using something like a towel or a rack, you can do the same thing, push up, and you're gonna have a little pull away. So again, we're trying to keep the shoulders right in line with the ears, toes and knees, stack, butts going back, spine long, all right? So we're gonna have 60 seconds of these. It's gonna be wonderful. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Down, up. Now you can kind of go at whatever pace you want to. You're keeping the chin off the chest, so your head stays nice and neutral with the rest of your body. So you don't need to crank forward, because that'll make you arch low back. You don't need to look down, because that'll make you round your back. If your arms get tired, because you're sustaining that big push motion, all right, you can fold your hands to the back of your head instead. That's fine. You can take your hands in front of you and just do a front-loaded squat. That's fine too. We're a little more than halfway, guys. You can have pulses at the bottom. You can go slow, go fast, or you can just maintain your steady pace the whole time. You guys are at 10 seconds. I know it's starting to burn a little bit. Ooh, core tight. Ribs in, belly button back. Good. 3, 2, and 1. We're done with those. Awesome, guys. All right, so we're about halfway through our workout. So if you're feeling okay, shake it out. Grab your water. We're going to be rolling through this last set, all right? Because a lot of it's going to be divided right side, left side. We're going to be doing a glute bridge next. With this one, you don't have to have weight. If you want to put weight on your hips to challenge your lower body a little bit more, that's fantastic. But we're going to have a single leg glute bridge. So we'll have one leg up, foot is flexed, heel is driving to the ceiling. So the up motion is going to be like we're trying to push the ceiling up using the other hip, okay? So the base leg is working. We're trying to keep the hips square. So we don't want the butt to lower, or we don't want that to go really high up. We're maintaining the long, strong core, belly button in, pelvis tucked. When we come down, during this whole set, this whole, where are we at? Yeah, 30 seconds, you don't want your tailbone to touch the ground, right? So you're really pulling everything in, all right? Only go as high as you can maintain that posture in there. Modification is to do this, maybe cross the leg and do these, all right? Or you can bend one leg and think of pushing the knee up. Either of those is fine. So we're going to base in the right leg. The left leg is going to be the lifted leg. Shoulders down, hands go to the ground. Align your core. 30 seconds starts now. Press up, lower, up, lower. So you can have a slightly faster pace with this one. But again, that back hip, the right butt is squeezing as you go up, squeezing. Your core is working the whole time to keep everything in line. So you don't start getting a peacock chest with the ribs flared open, and we don't get duck butt with that tailbone sticking behind us. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and done. Good work. All right, we're gonna give the legs a little rest. Go ahead and roll onto your left side. Side plank scoops are next. So we're gonna be working the stabilization of the shoulder and working our core so we can maintain a long line. What happens a lot in side planks is we tend to look down and we round forward and our butt sticks back. Your gaze should be straight forward, okay? When we do the scoop, you can start modified. It's a scoop under. Think of rolling into half plank, and then you're gonna roll up and reach. We did a similar motion in our warm-up with that thoracic rotation. You can do the high plank, have your back leg, bottom leg, your back leg, and your top leg, your front leg. So when you do it, you scoop under, you actually rotate to almost a three-legged plank, and then you come up. All right, so we have 10 reps on each side. So starting on that left side, find your starting plank and scoop under, open, that's one, under, open, that's two. Keep it strong, butts out of the air, core is long. Woo, halfway guys. 5 more for 5, 4, that left side oblique should be talking to you, 2, last one, up and down, other side guys. All right, let's knock these out. So pick your poison, bottom leg behind you, front leg in front of you, pushing away, not sinking into the skeleton, gaze forward, here we go. Down, up, down, it's that pull up, that strong reach motion. You can let your gaze turn with you as long as it's following the hand that's moving. Good, 4 more for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic, good work guys. Woo, all right, let's go right back to our glute bridges, other side. So left leg is the base leg, right leg is the elevated leg. Align everything, 30 seconds, and 3, 2, and 1, here we go. Up and down, squeeze. Hips stay even. So I know we're getting a little tired. Don't let that right butt cheek go down. Good. Up, down, fantastic. You're halfway. Keep pushing, keep squeezing, keep drawing the belly button down. Back of the ribs are heavy. Almost there. Breathe. Woo. 3, 2, and 1. You're done with those. Shake everything out. All right. So we're gonna lay on our side for the next one. This is where a weighted object is gonna be great. You can also use that block or book. So I have a 2-pound weight and a 5-pound weight. I'm gonna start with a 5-pound weight, but I do have one wonky shoulder, so it might not work. So we're gonna come into a sideline position. Knees are tucked, hips are stacked, shoulders are relatively stacked. You can tuck your bottom arm to cradle your head. The motion of the external rotation, your bicep and elbow are glued to the side of your body. We're gonna start parallel to the ground, and we're gonna move perpendicular to the ground. Now the goal here is not to let the rest of your body move. So keep your gaze forward and only go as far as you can go before anything wonky or the arm starts to move. We are gonna do this one for 25 reps each side. Go at your own pace, drop your weight. You can also do this body weight only. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, keep that 90 degree. 4, slow and controlled. 5, 6, try and keep your grip on whatever object you're holding relatively loose. Good. 10, 15 more. Up and down. That top of the shoulder should be talking to you a little bit. That's what we want. Find that full range of motion. Good. Nice work, guys. 10 more. 10. I'm also really bad at counting. So, we'll go with my numbers. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Why are those important? Rotator cuff, shoulder injuries. Think of this as prehab. So you don't have to go to rehab, right? We want to stay ahead, keep our body strong. These are hard areas to strengthen, and you have to take the time to do these really slow, controlled movements. So we're going to do 25 on the other side. Here we go. 1. Core is tight, tailbone long. Good. Open and close. Try not to squeeze too hard. Excellent. 3. It's a good time to find your happy place. You could tell me a poem about how much you love this class right now, how good you're feeling. Yeah. All right, we're at 10, 15 more. Open, close. Open, close. Really tight movement, almost like you're opening and closing the door, literally. 10 more. 10. Should be burning a little bit by now. 8, 7, 6. Fight through it, or tap out. It's fine if you can't do it all. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Whew. I know, you should be feeling it right in here. Okay. So we're going to continue working shoulder strength and mobility. This is going to be a mobility challenge exercise. I call these yoga block spirals. You're going to think of this as a tray, as something really valuable and something that's really fragile, okay? If you tip your tray, it falls off and it breaks, and something bad happens to you, okay? So we're going to have a strong standing position, okay? We're going to start with the block about parallel to the ground. Actually, we're going to start with it up. Sorry. So you got your little shelf here, okay? You're going to rotate the pinkies towards your face, then bring it down to belly button level. As you do that, this is when the elbow flares out, and you're going to go behind you to the side. Bring it in and up, right? So what we're trying to avoid is limiting the motions we have to do to overcompensate that, right? If you need to, stop right here, because that underside can be pretty tough. But the goal, or you could do this, body weight only, right? And if you can do it really minimizing that shoulder rotation, that's awesome. I have really, really tight shoulders. So this is a challenging one even for me, okay? So we have 30 seconds of these starting now. So take your time. There's no rush to this movement, but I want control. And if you go too fast, you might start to lose your block. Come all the way up to that half football goal arm. Yeah, just doing a few of these. 30 seconds isn't going to be really long for this one. It's going to be over before you know it. Good. You have time for 1 or 2 more. Excellent. And we're done with that side. Let's go ahead and do the other side. So start in your up position. 30 seconds. Starts in 3, 2, and here we go. So pinky towards you. Sweep in front of the belly button. Extend out. Keep your block from falling. Yeah. I've seen this crazy one. It was a challenge like last year that went kind of viral, where you had the yoga block on your foot, and then you had to go from your back onto your belly, back onto your back, without dropping yoga blocks or talking. I'm not focusing. Onto dropping the block off your foot. Yeah. DM me if you're not sure what you're talking about. I'll try and find it for you. And we're done with that one. Nice work. That should be a nice motion after doing those external rotations, so that should have felt pretty good. Okay, so back extensions. We're almost done. We have 3 exercises left. So our back extensions, I call these Superman jacks. A couple ways you can do it. We're going to be on the belly. Alignment is really important, so think of your pelvis scooping into the mat, so you're really squeezing the butt under. You're going to reach the toes away like someone's grabbing you by the shins, so you're energized through the toes. When the lower body lifts, that's the motion. Now upper body, you want to make sure we don't pinch the low back, so you only extend up as high as you can comfortably go before you start doing that little duck butt motion. All right, so option 1 is to go up, bring everything together like you're flying, open back to that starting position, and down. or you can stay up for a few reps and come down. I'm gonna talk you guys through up and down, just because it's a little bit safer if you're not familiar with this exercise. Tap out if you need to, or just do upper body or lower body. If doing both is a little confusing, we have 20 reps of these. Alrighty, here we go. So we're lifting, squeezing, tucking the butt, open, close, down. Lift, sweep, open, down. 3. Nice and slow. Notice we're resting at the bottom, suspending at the top, so we're challenging our core. You're working your adductors and abductors on the lower body. Think of this like a crunch for your back. Great thing to do to make sure that you are treating everything in your body. Sometimes these are harder muscles to work, and they get abused a lot in pull and not used correctly. So we're halfway through. We've got 10 more. 10. Good. 9. Now remember, you don't have to be super high elevated for this to be effective. I want you to really focus on keeping the butt squeezed, the pelvis tucked under. 5 more. 5. 4. 3. Might have missed one, but I told you guys about it counting. And 1. Down. Good work. All right, if you need to from that one, go to a little child's pose. But we only have one exercise left. That's it. Then we're gonna be done. So we're gonna be in a straddle sit. Okay. So with our straddle sit, it can be your widest straddle if you want, but we want the legs long. We want them onto the ground. You want to make sure you're on your sit bones so you can move your booty meat out of the way, and we want to make sure we stay tall. No slouching onto the tailbone. This is going to be a straddle oblique crunch. So we're going to have the fingers behind our heads, and we're going to think of pulling elbow to hip on either side, making sure we grow tall through the center so we don't start slouching. We have 60 seconds of these. You can go as fast as you feel comfortable with that good movement. Here we go. Move at your own pace, tall through the center. This is a lateral movement, so there should not be any forward or back leaning with your body. Lift, lift. Try and make it as tight as possible. The tighter that elbow gets in towards your pelvis, the more your obliques are going to be working. Good, guys, we're halfway. Slow it down if you need to, or work just one side for a little bit, and then work the other side. Now I got a steady pace. I'm not going crazy fast, but it's right about now. You should start to be feeling those obliques really waking up. Almost there. We have 15 seconds left. Breathe. Breathe. Good. 5 seconds left, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic work. Shake all that out. All right, I ran a little long with this class today, but I love this stuff, and I want to go at a comfortable pace. So this wasn't a like raw class, right? And it's still a good, effective class. You can always redo this video later on another day and go a little bit faster. Challenge yourself more. All right, so let's go ahead and come to a seated position. Extend your left leg out. Fold the right leg over the left leg so the right foot is flat on the ground. Lift your chest. You're going to look over the right shoulder and bring your right hand behind your right hip. You want to keep this knee upright so your left arm comes in front. Hug your own thigh, lift, and then keep turning your gaze behind you. Keep pushing the right hip down. So get a little thoracic rotation and a little bit of a hip stretch in here. Good. Breathe into the butt. Yeah. Excellent. Slowly turn it forward. Keep your legs crossed. We're going to go into figure 4 stretch from here. So flex the right foot, flex the left foot, peel the left leg in, sit up tall. Hands can come underneath you too. Encourage you to stay upright, but again, we're not slouching. And then you can scoot yourself in as much as you need to until you get the stretch in the right hip and glute. And I always encourage you to kind of shift your pelvis into slightly different positions, because you might find one really gets that part of your like glutes and hammies, everything connected in there that really needed to be stretched today. Excellent. Now you're gonna push, lift back. Take your foot to the inside of the left thigh. So we're in a half straddle. So everything is forward. Left hand goes to the left shin. Right arm reaches up. Push the right hip down as you grow tall. And then you can find a side bend here. Now you can just hold your side bend nice and elevated. If you want to, you can go a little bit lower. We want to make sure the right hip stays on the ground. So don't let that leg and knee lift. But you can go down as far as is comfortable for you and as your body needs the stretch today. Getting down, flats and obliques. Now turn and look at your left knee, just rotating through the torso, and we're gonna have a hamstring stretch here. So flex the foot. If you can grab it, you can peel the heel off the ground a little bit. Lift up and over, try to lengthen your spine, push the tailbone back behind you, push the right hip back behind you. This might even get you more of the calves if your calves are super tight like mine are. And up, let's do everything to the other side. So left leg crosses over the right leg. We're sitting up tall. We're going to look left hand behind us, bring us even taller. Find your thigh, lift up and rotate. Good. Breathing through. Keep the spine long. Keep the belly button in and back. Excellent. Now unfold, flex your feet. We're coming into your hip glute stretch. Scoot yourself to where you need to be. Make sure you are staying up tall. I like to flex my bottom foot off the ground because that drives the bottom thigh in and it gives it a little bit more of a like push-pull feeling with the legs, which is always better for me. My left hip is always super tight. Ooh. Good. Release that. Bring the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Make sure we're in our open straddle type position. We're gonna find that lateral side bend. Over, start easy, push the hip down. As you breathe, inhale and exhale, you can start going longer, as far as you need to go to get your stretch for today. And smile, you're gonna be fine. And rotate and look at your leg. Lift up and over. Flex the bottom foot. Good. Calves and hamstrings. Whichever's a little tighter for me today. And release. Come to a comfortable seated position. You're going to come to like a butterfly sit. You're on your sit bones, sitting tall. Interlace the fingers in front. Push the palms away. Continue pushing away. Open the space between your shoulder blades. Suck the center of your core in, like you're almost getting punched in the stomach. You can find a little side bend here. You want a little extra stretch down the side of your body. It's side bend. The other way. Good. Tricep stretch. So you're going to tap the back of your shoulder and lift up and back. So we're not going behind the head. You're going straight behind you towards the wall. You want that stretch right there. Let's switch sides. Good. The last one, interlace the fingers behind you, lengthen the knuckles down and lift the pinkies up. Now while you're here, scoop the feet in front of you a little bit more, lift up and over, and you can find a bit of a forward hinge as long as the spine is long. So we're not rounding, we're here. It's like your chest is reaching one way, and your fingers are reaching the other. And release. Awesome work today, guys. Thank you for tuning in, whether you tuned in live stream or if you tuned in after the fact. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And keep tuning in. We've got a couple more days of free workouts coming at you. So you can follow on YouTube or on Instagram at ClubHouse on both channels. You can check out the playlist on both channels from previous workouts. Should be about 10 or 11 now. And playlist is on my Instagram TV And there's a playlist just on YouTube. It's easy to find. It'll be one of the first things that you see on there. So if you have questions, hit me up, DM me. Feel free to take this workout and grow it into your own. You can make it faster, you can make it longer, you can add harder exercises, or you can start adding weight. This is just a nice baseline workout for today, but there's lots of places that it can go, and it's a really, really nice way to condition your body from just doing the hard stuff up in the air, which is really important for your longevity and health in your favorite pole hobby. And if you're just a mover, you don't do those things, it's kind of like a little Pilates, mat Pilates strength workout. So I hope you enjoyed that too. Otherwise, thanks again, guys. And I look forward to seeing you tune in soon. Bye-bye.